police break down your door in the middle of the night, here's what you should do.
What are you doing in my house? Don't you need a warrant?
We don't need one if there's an emergency.
That's true. Police can legally enter your home without a warrant, but only under specific circumstances.
Like what?
Like if they're chasing a suspect who ran inside, if they can clearly see someone's in danger, or if a crime is happening inside the house. Those are called exigent circumstances.
Well, none of that's happening here, so what do I do?
First, don't yell or make sudden movements. The goal is to keep the situation from escalating.
Okay, what's next?
If you can, record the situation. You're allowed to film as long as you don't interfere. Then clearly ask it.
Wait, I think I know this one. Am I being detained?
For now, yes.
You have the right to remain silent, so you don't have to answer any questions. If they ask, say, I choose to exercise my right to remain silent.
And if they start searching my house?
Don't try to physically stop them. Just say, I do not consent to any searches, so it's on record.
Let's get some donuts.
Once they're gone or out of sight, write down everything you can remember, like names, badge numbers, what they said, and what they touched. Then contact a criminal defense attorney. 2 of these plants are deadly. I'm going to figure out which one isn't, and then I'm going to eat it to prove it. Oh, this first one might look like a harmless shrub, but it's really the oleander plant. Every part contains cardiac glycosides, which can mess with your heart, and just one bite can cause nausea and dizziness. So I'm definitely not touching that. Next up, I think this is a manchineel tree, which if I'm right, is insanely dangerous for 2 reasons. The first is that a single drop of its sap can blister the skin. Second are the apples. If you eat one, your blood pressure can drop so low that you could die. I do not think this is a safe one. Now this plant looks very dangerous. It's got bright colors, which is usually nature's way of saying stay away. Some poisonous plants are bright to warn animals not to eat them. Others are bright to attract insects to spread their seeds. It's a gamble knowing which is which. And these spikes, some plants have spikes that will deliver harmful toxins if you touch them, and these don't look very safe. But let me see. These spikes are soft and flexible, which means it must be dragon fruit. Tastes delicious. Can this race car driver still drive with impaired vision? First up, the drunk goggles. To win, you'll need to make it through without touching a cone.
Okay, I will try.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh man, she hit one cone. That's crazy because these goggles simulate 0.3 blood alcohol level, which is way above the legal limit.
It was really hard.
This is why you never drive drunk. All right, round 2, upside down goggles. Go! Oh, she just nailed all the cones. How was that?
This is insane.
Round 3, blackout goggles. Because I trust you so much, I'm going to stand in the middle of the course. Please don't hit me. 3, 2, 1, go! She didn't hit me. That's a win. I'm testing the most illegal spy tools to see if they actually work or not. First, a tool that lets you make a fast getaway. It's called a sea scooter, and it looks just like a strange propeller, but once you power it up, it will pull you through the water like a spy mission. Whoa. Crazy. But will it work underwater? It runs for about an hour and only hits speeds up to 2.5 miles per hour. The only good thing about it is that it's silent. If you need a silent escape route, I guess it works. But what about if you want to climb high? This next tool lets you climb walls without rope. I just push it against the wall, activate the seal, and it should work. This is really secure. But will it hold my weight? I don't know. It feels stable, but I don't really trust myself to climb that high. And it's way too loud for a spy to use. But once a spy gets inside, they need a way to disappear. Next, an invisibility suit, which claims to blend you into any environment. It uses light-bending material that I tested in another video. But will the suit hide me from a person?
Yo, Mike, where are you? Dude, really?
See that down there? That's all 5 types of crime laid out in real scenario. Let's take a walk and learn about each one. First, we got someone parking in a no parking zone. That's an infraction. Infractions are minor non-criminal violations, which includes things like littering, speeding, and parking where you shouldn't. You won't go to jail for them, but you will get a fine and sometimes community service. Next is misdemeanors, which are criminal offenses like vandalism or shoplifting. They usually come with up to a year in jail, probation, and fines. It's still serious, but the punishment is usually small, unlike this crime, which is known as a minor felony. Minor felonies are often serious crimes that don't involve violence. Think stealing from your company or deliberately evading taxes. If convicted, you could face up to 3 years in prison. Next are intermediate felonies, which are serious crimes that involve harm or the threat of harm to others, like robbing a bank or physically attacking someone. These charges carry heavy consequences, usually 3 to 10 years in prison, depending on your record. But that's nothing compared to major felonies, usually involving death, extreme violence, or serious harm to society. These crimes carry the harshest sentences, decades in prison, life without parole, and even the death penalty. This is as serious as it gets, and if you do get out, finding a job or a place to live is nearly impossible. 3 real ways people escape the police. First is Yoshi Shiratori, a man who escaped prison using nothing but his bare hands. Every night he climbed the copper walls of his cell, pressing his palms and toes into the corners, inching higher towards a narrow skylight. But the skylight was sealed shut, so over time he wore down the wood around its frame, loosening it piece by piece, until one stormy night he snapped the last sliver of wood and vanished into the rain. Next is Joel Delgado, who was wheeled into court by 2 officers, wearing a neck brace and pretending to be injured. They stopped to open the door and looked away for half a second. That's when he ripped off the brace, jumped out of his chair, and sprinted straight out of the courthouse.
Got your hat!
Finally, Shiratori again. They put him in a new cell they called Inescapable, with high ceilings, no skylight, and windows smaller than his head. But instead of looking up for a way out, this time he looked down. Every night he scraped at the floor with cracked miso soup bowls, digging inch by inch through packed dirt. And after weeks of digging, his hand finally broke through the surface, free once again.
Can't touch this.
If a criminal is chasing you, these 3 things will save your life. First, don't try to dial your country's emergency number while running. You're more likely to drop your phone that way. Instead, use your assistant. Say, "Hey Siri" or "Hi Bixby" if you're on an Android.
Hey Siri, call the police.
Next, make as much noise as possible. Use what's around you. Kick over objects, hit fences, bang metal lids, and try to scream out help or fire to draw attention towards you. Anything that gets people to look. If the criminal gets close, be ready to hit first and hit hard.
No, too slow.
Aim for the criminal's weak spots, like their eyes, nose, or throat. And don't use your fists. Use your elbows, knees, or even your forehead to do maximum damage. Criminals want to avoid witnesses, so running towards well-lit, crowded streets are perfect.
What in the Macarena?
If your nose starts bleeding, here's what to do. First, don't tilt your head back.
Huh?
You'll swallow blood that way, which can upset your stomach and make you sick. Instead, lean forward and spit out any blood. Second, pinch the soft part of your nose for 10 minutes. Set a timer and don't stop early.
But my pizza's here.
Not yet. After the timer, take an ice pack and place it on the bridge of your nose.
But I only have frozen peas.
That works too. The cold helps constrict blood vessels, so a clot can form and stop the bleeding. And if the bleeding hasn't stopped for 30 minutes, call for help.
Hello? 911?
But don't blow your nose for a few days, or you'll be right back where you started. 2 of these drinks are poisoned, 1 is safe. I'm going to figure out which one isn't, and then take a drink to prove it. Let's start with the water that looks dirty. So one of the simplest ways of checking water is by pouring it through a coffee filter. See that? All the dirt and grime trapped inside? If you were to drink this, you could be risking stomach infections, parasites, and some nasty bacteria. So this could be the drink that's contaminated. What's next? Oh, this water looks perfectly clear. But a lot of contaminants can't be seen. One of the worst is lead. Lead attacks your brain, kidneys, and nervous system. Let's test this water using a DIY lead kit. It should tell us in just a few seconds if there's any lead inside. And look at that. This sample's showing high levels of lead. I'm definitely not drinking that. Last up, a drink that looks contaminated and it smells like licorice. That could mean pesticides. Drink that and you're asking for nausea, dizziness, and long-term liver damage. So does that mean the first one's the safe one?
Wait, that's my coffee.
The Law by Mike channel just got nominated for TikTok's Education Creator of the Year.
But there's a problem. The winner is decided by community votes, and there's only 2 weeks for everyone to cast their votes.
And the voting started today. Wait, even Ugo Lord said, "I've learned a lot from your channel. You got my vote." But I don't just want to highlight big names. Joel said that she loves the videos and voted too.
I saw Charlie's comment. They said it's the first time that they ever voted, and they voted for Law by Mike.
We've had people from all over the world comment.
Me encantan tus videos, Law by Mike. Pedro, you're awesome.
Even your Spanish is improving.
If you haven't voted yet, the link is in my bio. You can vote every single day, so please vote and let's win this thing. Guess which YouTuber got away with the crime? Win some cash. For $100, can you tell me which one of these YouTubers got away with the crime? PewDiePie or Mr. Beast?
PewDiePie.
That is incorrect, I'm sorry.
Mr. Beast,
That is correct. Would you like to go for double or nothing?
double or nothing.
For $200, can you tell me which crime he got away with? Disorderly conduct or copyright infringement?
He looked like he'd copyright something.
That is correct. Mr. Beast uploaded a video of the Eiffel Tower at night, and those lights are protected under French copyright law. Would you like to go for $300 or nothing?
Sure, why not?
For $300, what is the most likely punishment he could have gotten? A $10,000 fine or a cease and desist letter?
Probably a cease and desist letter.
That is correct. Now, for an extra $100, do you follow me?
Yes, I am subscribed. Hold on, let me see.
Let's see. Oh, she's subscribed. Here's $400 for you. Good job. Push the button and kill 100 innocent people, or do nothing and 100 criminals die. Which choice would land you in more legal trouble?
Man,
Man, I just got out of prison. I can't go back there. What happens if I do nothing?
If you do nothing, 100 criminals die. Morally bad, but legally you'd probably be fine.
Wait, don't tell him that. Dude, yeah, wait, don't I have to help? Isn't there a law for that?
Some places enforce the duty to rescue, but that's usually only if you cause a danger, like starting a fire.
Wait, I can't let a bunch of criminals die. What if I press the button? Push the button! Push the button!
If you push the button, 100 innocent people die. Pushing the button could be mass murder, maybe terrorism, but it depends.
What do you mean it depends?
If a politician is among the dead, you could be charged with killing a public official. That adds decades to a prison sentence.
But that's the worst of it, right?
Not exactly. If the president is on board, you'd face assassination charges and potentially even capital punishment.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
If ChatGPT gives you advice that leads to a death, can you sue it?
Oh, you're going down.
Mike, how do I do this thing?
First, you need to show ChatGPT owed you a legal duty of care.
Legal duty of what now?
It means the law requires ChatGPT to act reasonably and safely towards you. Next, you need to prove breach, which means ChatGPT didn't act safely. But they'll argue their terms of service warned you not to rely on them.
But I never read those.
Even then, ChatGPT will claim that any reasonable person should not follow obviously bad advice. And what someone does with that advice is their own independent choice.
That's it. I'll show you independent choice.
Wait, your best argument is design flaws. If you can prove they could have built safeguards but didn't, that's your strongest chance.
Oh no.
Think you can stop me?
It's claiming Section 230 immunity.
I can't hear you!
It's a law that protects platforms when other people post harmful content.
What do we do?